The classroom is a battlefield, words hitting like knives. "You're a fraud, Kane!" Mr. Hargrove snaps, his voice sharp as a whip, ruler slamming the desk. Jasper Kane, slouched in the back, smirks, his eyes glinting with defiance. "Prove it, Hargrove, or are you just scared I'm smarter than you?" The air in room 204 chokes with tension, 30 students frozen over their advanced calculus exams. The digital clock ticks like a bomb. Sunlight glares through smudged windows, but it can't cut the heat between the genius rebel and the sarcastic disciplinarian. Then, a piercing "Bring!" An eerie ringtone erupts from Jasper's bag. Heads snap up. Hargrove's sneer twists. "Cheating, Kane? Thought you were above that." Jasper's voice is calm, dangerous. "It's not what you think. What happens next will tear the room apart, and no one's ready for it." The classroom is a cage of silence, broken only by the tick, tick, tick of the digital clock on the wall. Room 204, with its sterile desks and harsh fluorescent lights, feels like a pressure cooker. It's 10 a.m., and the advanced calculus exam, a make-or-break test for college-bound seniors, has everyone on edge. 30 students hunch over their papers, pencils scratching, sweat beading on foreheads. The sunlight streaming through smudged windows does nothing to ease the tension. This is no ordinary day. Something's brewing, and everyone can feel it. In the back row, Jasper Kane, 17, slouches in his chair. His exam paper is blank, his pen dangling lazily between his fingers. Jasper's a genius, the kind who aces tests without cracking a book. His dark hair falls over his eyes, and his smirk says he's above it all. But he's trouble, too. He challenges teachers, questions rules, and never backs down. His classmates admire his brain, but his unpredictability makes them nervous. They whisper about him, half in awe, half in fear. Jasper doesn't care. He's used to being misunderstood. At the front, Mr. Hargrove paces like a general. He's in his 50s, with gray hair and a face carved from years of disappointment. His suit is crisp, his ruler tapping against his palm like a warning. Hargrove's a legend for all the wrong reasons: strict, sarcastic, and obsessed with discipline. To him, rules are everything. Cross him and you'll feel the sting of his words. He's been teaching math for 25 years, and he's seen every trick. But Jasper? Jasper's different. Hargrove's eyes keep flicking to the back row, like he's waiting for a spark. The two have history. A month ago, Jasper corrected Hargrove's equation on the board, right in front of everyone. The class laughed, and Hargrove's face turned red. He fired back with a sharp, "Think you're smarter than me, Kane?" Jasper just grinned and said, "Just the equation, sir." It earned him a week of detention, but the real damage was done. Hargrove's pride took a hit, and Jasper's defiance grew bolder. The memory hangs in the air now, like smoke from a fire that never quite went out. The other students feel it too. They glance at Jasper, then at Hargrove, waiting for the next move. The clock hits 10:15. Pencil scratch. Someone coughs. Then, "Bring!" A loud, eerie ringtone rips through the silence. It's coming from Jasper's bag, slumped under his desk. Every head snaps up. Hargrove freezes, his ruler mid-tap. His eyes lock onto Jasper, and a slow, smug smile curls his lips. "Cheating, Kane?" he says, his voice dripping with sarcasm. He strides toward the back, each step heavy with purpose. "Always thought you were too clever to study. Guess you needed a little help, huh?" Jasper doesn't flinch. He leans back, his voice calm but sharp. "It's not what you think, Hargrove. That's an old phone. I don't even use it." His words are steady, but there's a fire in his eyes, daring Hargrove to push harder. Hargrove scoffs. "Oh, Kane, always the innocent genius, aren't you?" He looms over Jasper's desk, arms crossed. "Hand it over. Now." The class is frozen. Mia, Jasper's friend, bites her lip, her eyes wide with worry.
Tyler, who worships Hargrove's rules, glares at Jasper, muttering, "Just do it, man." Others whisper, some siding with Jasper's boldness, others annoyed by his attitude. The room feels like a bomb about to go off. And Jasper? He's still smirking, but his hand hovers over his bag, ready to light the fuse.
The air in room 204 crackles like a storm about to break. Jasper Kane stands slowly, his eyes locked on Mr. Hargrove. The old flip phone sits in his bag, its eerie ringtone still echoing in everyone's heads. Hargrove looms over Jasper's desk, his ruler pointed like a sword. "Hand it over, Kane," he snaps, "or do you need a map to follow simple instructions?" Jasper doesn't budge. His voice is steady, but there's a fire behind it. "Why me, Hargrove? Last week, Tyler's phone buzzed, and you just told him to turn it off. Sarah's went off last month, no big deal. But me? You're ready to burn me at the stake?" He leans forward, his smirk sharp. "Explain that." The class holds its breath. Hargrove's face tightens, his sarcasm slicing through the silence. "Oh, Kane, always the victim. You think you're a genius, don't you? Too smart to study, too clever to cheat. Except you're not. You're just a kid who's been faking it all along." His words drip with venom, each one meant to cut. Jasper's eyes narrow, but he doesn't flinch. "Faking it? I've got a 4.0 without trying. You know it, and it kills you." His voice is low, daring Hargrove to swing back. The class shifts in their seats, some leaning forward, others whispering. Mia, Jasper's friend, clutches her pencil, her knuckles white. Tyler, sitting up front, shakes his head, muttering, "Just stop, Jasper." The memory of their last clash hangs heavy. A month ago, Hargrove was scribbling an equation on the board, his chalk squeaking. Jasper raised his hand, voice calm but bold. "That's wrong, sir. You forgot to carry the variable." The class froze. Hargrove's face went red as Jasper walked to the board, fixed the equation, and sat down. The room erupted in whispers. Some laughed, some cringed. Hargrove snapped, "Detention, Kane, 1 week." Jasper just shrugged, but the spark was lit. Some kids, like Mia, quietly admired his guts. Others, like Tyler, thought he was asking for trouble. That moment fuels this one, and everyone knows it. Hargrove's voice booms now. "Empty your bag, Kane, now. Let's see what else you're hiding." His eyes glint, sure he's caught Jasper red-handed. Jasper raises an eyebrow, moving slowly, deliberately. He pulls out a tattered math book, then a cracked calculator, letting it clatter onto the desk. The class watches, mesmerized. Finally, he pulls out the phone, an ancient flip phone, scuffed and outdated. Murmurs ripple through the room. Who even uses a phone like that? Hargrove scoffs. "Nice prop, Kane. Now open it." Jasper's smirk fades, replaced by something darker. He flips the phone open, presses a button, and a voice crackles through the tiny speaker. It's Hargrove's voice, sharp and cruel, berating a student. "You're useless, Carter. Why do I even bother teaching you?" The class gasps. That's not Jasper. It's another kid from a private moment. How did Jasper get this? Hargrove's face goes pale, then red. "You little—" He snatches the phone and smashes it on the floor. The plastic cracks, pieces skittering across the tiles. The room erupts. Some kids shout, "Whoa!" Others gasp, horrified. Jasper laughs, but it's dark, bitter. "You just proved my point, Hargrove. You can't stand being called out." Mia stands, her voice shaky. "Jasper, stop! This is too far." Tyler jumps up too, glaring at Jasper. "You're a jerk, Kane. Mr. Hargrove's just doing his job." The room splits. Some kids cheer for Jasper, shouting, "He's a bully," about Hargrove. Others side with Tyler, yelling, "You're ruining the exam, Jasper." A desk tips over, crashing with a bang. Pencils roll across the floor. Hargrove's voice shakes with rage. "How did you get that recording, Kane? Hacking? Stealing? You're done." He steps closer, towering over Jasper, who doesn't back down. Jasper's eyes flash, but there's pain behind them. I recorded it to show what you are. You pick on kids, Hargrove. You tear them down. I'm not the fraud here. His voice cracks, just for a second, and Mia catches it. She knows Jasper's genius is real, but he's always been misunderstood, labeled a troublemaker, never trusted. It's why he fights so hard. But he won't say how he got the recording, and that silence makes everyone uneasy. Hargrove's hands tremble, not just with anger. He's scared of losing control, of a kid like Jasper unraveling his authority. "You're a liar," he spits. "You've gone too far this time." The room is chaos now. Kids are shouting, some at Hargrove, some at Jasper. "He's right. Hargrove's too harsh," yells a girl in the back. "No, Jasper's a show-off," snaps another. Mia tries to grab Jasper's arm, whispering, "Please, just leave it." Tyler steps toward Hargrove, saying, "Sir, let's call the principal." But it's too late. The line between order and madness is gone. Jasper steps back, his voice low but clear. "You want to know why I did it? Because someone had to." He glances at the class, then at the broken phone. "You all saw what he did. Think about what he's hiding." His words hang in the air, heavy with mystery. Did he mean the recording, or something bigger? Hargrove lunges forward, pointing at the door. "Get out, Kane! You're finished!" But Jasper doesn't move. He stares at Hargrove, his face unreadable, like he's holding a secret no one else can touch. The class is a powder keg, and the fuse is burning fast.
The classroom is a wildfire, burning out of control. Shouts bounce off the walls, desks creak, and the air feels thick like it's about to snap. Jasper Kane stands tall, his eyes blazing, holding his exam paper like a weapon. The room watches, breathless, as he grips the paper with both hands and rips it in half. The sound cuts through the chaos, sharp and final. He tosses the pieces to the floor and steps forward, his voice steady but fierce. "I don't need your test, Hargrove. I don't need your approval to know who I am." Hargrove's face twists, a mix of shock and fury. He's losing control, and he knows it. "You're not going anywhere, Kane," he bellows, lunging to block the door. His hand shoots out, grabbing Jasper's arm hard. The class gasps. Hargrove's crossed a line. Words are one thing, but this is physical. Jasper freezes, his jaw tight, but his eyes burn with defiance. The room explodes. Mia leaps from her seat, her voice desperate. "Jasper, stop! Just sit down!" She grabs his other arm, trying to pull him back, her eyes wide with fear. Tyler, loyal to Hargrove, shouts, "Kane, you're done! Just leave!" But another student, a quiet kid named Ethan, stands up, his face red. Inspired by Jasper, he grabs his own exam paper, crumples it, and throws it to the ground. "Screw this!" he yells. The class roars. Some cheer, some scream in protest. Another desk tips over, crashing with a bang. Hargrove's grip tightens, his voice shaking. "You think you can humiliate me? You're nothing, Kane!" Jasper twists, trying to break free, but Hargrove's hold is iron. The chaos peaks. Kids are standing, yelling, picking sides. Some shout, "Let him go!" Others hiss, "He deserves it." The room is a battleground, and Jasper's at the center. Then the door slams open. A security guard, broad and stern, storms in, drawn by the noise. "What's going on here?" he barks. In the split-second distraction, Jasper yanks free, his arm slipping from Hargrove's grasp. He moves fast, like a shadow, but before he bolts, he pulls a crumpled note from his pocket and tosses it onto Hargrove's desk. His eyes meet Hargrove's for one last moment, unreadable. Then he's gone, sprinting out the door. The room falls silent, stunned. Hargrove stands frozen, his chest heaving. He looks down at the note, his hands trembling as he unfolds it. In Jasper's sharp handwriting, it reads, "Check the phone's call log." The words hit like a punch.
Hargrove grabs the smashed flip phone from the floor, its cracked screen glinting under the fluorescent lights. He fumbles, opens the call log, and his face goes pale. One call, made yesterday, to the school's anonymous tip line. The class leans forward, whispering. What did Jasper report? Something about Hargrove? Something worse? "Everyone out!" Hargrove shouts, his voice cracking. The guard ushers the students into the hall, their voices buzzing with theories. Was Jasper setting him up? Mia whispers, her eyes red. Or was he telling the truth? Tyler snaps. He's a liar, that's all. Others wonder, did Jasper know something dark about Hargrove? Why the tip line? Why now? The classroom empties, leaving Hargrove alone. He stands at his desk, staring at the note, his face a mask. Fear, anger, or guilt? No one can tell. Outside, rumors swirl. Jasper's gone. Some say expelled. Others whisper he's vanished. The torn exam paper lies on the floor, its pieces catching the light. Jasper's answers, perfect and precise, gleam through the rip, a final taunt. What was he fighting for? What's Hargrove hiding? The truth hangs just out of reach, a shadow in the silence.
The halls of Lincoln High buzz with whispers, like static after a storm. Students huddle in corners, their voices low but urgent. "Jasper's a hero," one says, eyes wide. "He stood up to Hargrove's bullying." Another shakes their head. "No way. He's a manipulator, stirring up trouble for attention." The argument spreads like wildfire. By lunch, phones light up with posts. #Justice for Jasper trends on social media, with kids calling him a genius fighting for truth. But #Hargrove was right surges too, defending the teacher's rules. Nobody knows what Jasper reported on that tip line call. Was it Hargrove's harsh words, or something darker? The mystery clings like smoke. Was Jasper a rebel exposing injustice, or a troublemaker gone too far? What's Hargrove hiding? The questions echo, sparking debates about authority, rebellion, and the price of truth. The answers? They're still out there, waiting.